Basically, that's using plants from the natural world as medicine. I specifically focus on the medicinal uses, supportive for health. That's recognizing, identifying plants, what they are, understanding what they might be used for, how you apply that, how you turn them into medicinal preparations that you can use, and what they do. It tapped into this thread that I really love around accessibility to knowledge, accessibility to empower ourselves to step into our own health, to our own lives, like that, and that isn't dependent on some external, whoever, some expert or somebody who knows more than you. Your body has its own relationship to the natural world, and we evolved up alongside the plants, and we have this balance. And we all have access to that. We see in our culture, and we get this message of scarcity, and we get this fear, like there's not enough, there aren't enough resources, and there's not enough this, and there's not enough that. So another thing that I've learned that I've loved in herbal medicine is just the possibility and the abundance if you look toward the things that are available and you learn about them. So a lot of my best remedies that I've learned from my lineage of teachers are local, abundant, what most people would consider weeds that grow out of the cracks in the sidewalk. So your dandelions, dandelion is my favorite plant. Dandelions, your sea nettles, your burdock, your, just the stuff that people will actually spend energy trying to get rid of. And we can learn about them to use them for benefit. And they're there and they're available, and they thrive by themselves without a lot of energy. There's this image of walking out your back door, and there's 25 things that you could use to help yourself. It's just a matter of recognizing them and having them pointed out and just learning a little bit about how they work. So that direct, like at arm's length almost, it's kind of my spatial metaphor. It's like, it's right there, and everybody can use it and everybody can access it, and it's powerful. The salve making. So that's a basic, anyone can show up at any knowledge level, like zero. You could show up to this class and learn how to make its topical use, so it's specifically for, skin application, which there are a lot of herbs are really useful for. And so we'll learn a little bit of plant ID, just kind of what they look like, where you would get them, the plants themselves, their names, where they might grow. And then we'll go through the steps of basically processing this plant material into a medicinal usable topical salve. That is really about meeting the plants, and I haven't even scoped out spots around here we would go, but honestly, if you just walk out the door, you'll see something, even in the sidewalks of the urban environment. I think that's really fun for people, and that was a really fun thing for me on my first plant walk. We hardly went 10 feet, and we started to, I call them the friends, you start to meet all your plant friends, and it turns the, and this is again another borrowed term, I'm sure this came from somebody, one of my teachers or mentors, but the green backdrop, that's this phrase that's just kind of like you walk outside and everything, it's just background, it's green, it's nature and it's alive and fine, but once you start to learn all their names and these plants and trees and, as individuals, it just, the world of that just deepens and broadens and expands and turns into this whole different thing. They love to pop up and say hello, and so we'd go out and point things out and just learn their names, and I'd probably just kind of talk about what they do and how I've used them in my practice with people, and how, I've heard they could be used, just sharing stories was another big part of the plant walk. So you get to see them in person, which is a very different way of engaging with these living beings than in the picture out of a book or a drawing. Meet the friends, meet the plants, meet who they are, and it's amazing how close they are and how many of them there are and how little they are and the amazing things they can do. The first thing that I loved was pulling together a few different facets. There seems like there's just a broad scope with a lot of things that share a common thread. So the common thread is really interesting. It seems, you know, like it's not just the arts and it's not just the healing and it's not just the community, but it's this kind of thread or aspect that runs through all those things that is just about, I don't know, being alive and enjoying your life and doing something that just pleases you. Just, you know, even if it's for the sake of it, if it's for a professional, it doesn't really matter. It seems very opening and welcoming to that at any level, you know, whoever might be approaching that. And it seems like you've put a lot of really good effort into thinking around how that can be open and not intimidating to somebody, especially at the point where, you know, they might not know anything but want to try. And where do you step in? You know, there's so many factors that can be intimidating to people around those kinds of things. You know, I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't know how to start, and those are all obstacles that a lot of people use to just never even try. So